Hey, what's up? Scott Balcom here with Imagination Creation Films, and today, well, it's Friday, and you know what that means. Yep, it's the day after Thursday, and let's do a live stream. Oh, yeah. I love these. They're so much fun. I enjoy that. Hello, Adam Grumbo. What is going on, my friend? Hello, CG. How are you? It is a fantastic day. I'm feeling actually pretty good today. A lot of good things happening in life. Well, I mean, there's bad things that happen in life, but there's some good things that are helping the bad just kind of meh. Some of those I'll talk about. Some of those I won't talk about because, you know, I'm a private guy. Let me just open up my book here. No. How is it going, everyone? Welcome to the fantastic, I think it's fantastic. There I am. There's my email telling me I'm live as if I didn't know. Thank you, YouTube. You're so helpful. Before I begin, I want to welcome each and every one of you to this live stream, which you may be playing back later, but it's a great opportunity for you to subscribe and become part of this community. Also, remember to click the alert bell and set it to all notifications. That way you're going to know when I'm live, when I post a video, when any kind of hilarity happens. You'll know because that's what we're all about. It's about a community. Also, you can support me in multiple ways. And by support, it's cyber begging. Not really, but you get it. It's supporting me and this channel and everything that we're doing. You can support me by PayPal. There's a link right down below. You can support me by Patreon. There's a link right down below. You can support me via Super Chat right here, right now by clicking Support Scott. Well, I think it's $, and just type in like any number from $1,000 to $30,000, whatever. You know, it's no judgment. And you can do that there. And then also, if you want to buy anything off of Amazon, if you just click on any one of those links down below, I'll get a tiny little, I mean, it's pretty tiny. I mean, it's dollars per month that I get from this. But welcome. Okay, I did all that, did that. As we slowly ramp up our number of people out here. Also, did y'all see that new Kessler sale going on? 15% off if you spend $100, 20% off if you spend $500, and 25% off if you spend $2,000. That's a lot of cash. That is a lot of cash you could be saving. And I mean, you could just buy some of that and, you know, purchase from a fantastic company who makes fantastic products, get that gear. And then the savings, well, you could go get a delicious pizza. You could get, what could you get? You could get one of those little things that clean off your lens. You could get one of those. You could super chat me. It's a crazy world. You could do whatever you want because this is how we do things. Hey, Gerald, you did make it mostly on time, but I disagree with it being tonight. It is 4 o'clock here in Central, and we operate on Central Standard Time around here, so it is afternoon. And good afternoon to you, Gerald. Okay, let's see. What else did I want to chat? Yep, we still got giveaways. I'm trying to go do those like once a month, I think. I don't know. It depends on how many giveaways I can get to give away. Because I have a few, but you know, I don't want to like give away something every week and then nothing. I just feel like, you know, that's kind of like, hey, let's have pizza. You can have one slice. What? Just one? Or, hey, thanks for painting my entire fence and mowing my grass. Here's a beer. Can't do that. So yeah, I want to spread that out. I was trying to get off multiple videos a week. I was trying to get them off. In fact, on Tuesday morning, I started making 2 videos at the same time for this one. And then I got a paid job, so I had to do that. I mean, I like money. I have a little, and I need some more. So paid jobs they take precedence. So I did the paid job. It was an editing job. It was great. Doing some editing for a very talented individual, which is really kind of cool. I really want to figure out how to get that individual on here. I'm going to pull it on my head. Because, I mean, this stuff is cool. This is some good shots. I really dug it. But yeah, you know. Kevin says, you can save the discount and apply it to the red company. You sure can. You sure can. And if you buy enough Kessler gear, you'll have enough to get a red Komodo. I mean, is that kind of thing? Oh. I mean, completely off. Like, there's no preparation. Just right off the top of my head. I mean, there's no planning at all here. But anyway, I wanted to share something with you guys because I want y'all to understand literally how I operate. Literally. Because I think it matters. Maybe it doesn't, and you guys can tell me if it doesn't matter at all. But I want to share something. So you all know my love for blue shape batteries. You know I love them, and I loved them the very first time I saw one launched into a brick wall. 7 times. At that point, I realized that's a battery that can handle the Scott Balcom lifestyle. That's right. So yeah, blue shape batteries, yes, I definitely love them. And no, this is not a plug for blue shape. This is actually a plug for you. And I'll explain here in just a second. So I have the opportunity now to get you a fantastic, I mean amazing, I mean way less than you expect, massive discount on blue shape batteries. I cannot tell you publicly what the discount is. That is part of the agreement. However, I am cleared to announce it and let you know that it is basically live. There'll be a lot better method in the future, but a large discount on blue shape batteries. Now, the only caveat is I believe these are not immediately in stock, like shipping tomorrow. You have to, you put in your order, they'll come in, and then you'll get them because they have to come from the factory. And they'll also probably bring them in groups. But it's sizable. It is, I mean, it's sizable. I wish I had that discount. Well, I mean, technically now I do, but I mean, I wish I had that discount. And the way to find out the discount, the best way at this point is email me at films@imaginationx.com. If you email me, put blue shape in the subject line, and I'll reply back to you and give you the details. I just can't publicly disclose it. But I want you to understand something. So in this offer, I declined, and this, some people are going to call me stupid, but I'll explain why. I declined any commission of any kind on those discounts. All the savings goes to you. I don't make anything, zero on this. I am merely passing this along, my love for this company, my love for these batteries, and my love for you. I'm passing this discount directly to you. And there's no other way. I mean, I promise without question, I don't make $1. Nothing. I don't get anything from it. Nothing. Except the smile. I always ask, and it's the same thing with like Kessler. I don't get anything from when y'all buy from Kessler, but I always tell them Scott says hi. And maybe that'll be my coupon code in the future. Scott says hi. Yeah, maybe. But email me, and I'll get you the details on how to get these, and you can buy any quantity you want. It is perfectly, and you know, they come in all sizes. They come in these gigantic, big old bad boys. They come in the smaller, full-size granites. And then they come in my new fave, the Granite Minis. These things are so good and tiny. But yeah, that is, I'm I'm pimping them because I care. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Why? So why I'm physically choosing and declining any kind of rebate or income or anything on it. The reason is that I want you, no, different, well, I mean, yeah, but I don't want to make money off of you. That is not my goal. And I want people to understand how truly honest and sincere of a person that I am and how truly unbiased I really am in the world. I mean, I like these batteries. If I didn't like them, I would tell you I didn't like them. And I don't want to be compensated in any way because I don't want people to think that in any way my opinion is biased by that. I don't want to make money off of you. That being said, if you want to use Amazon links and buy stuff, you're doing so of your own choice. If you super chat me, you're doing so of your own choice. If Patreon, PayPal, all that stuff, you physically are saying, you know what? I'm not obligated in any way to give Scott anything, so I choose to do that. I don't want you to say, well, I want that discount. I want that big sizable giant discount. And incidentally, Scott's going to make money. I don't want that. I don't want you feeling that way. And I honestly don't want to feel that way. That's just me. Call me dumb if you want. I wanted to be fully honest. I do love this company. I really do. I love these batteries. So let's go out there and see what all you have to say. Dang, Scott, says Gerald. You're really melting away. Well done, sir. Thank you, Gerald. You have noticed I am now 45 pounds down and slimming. Look at all these. These were shirts that I literally look like fat guy in a little shirt. That's what I look like. It was mildly humorous. But now, look at them. They're just like, they're not even tight. I love it. I'm so excited about it. Yes. Thank you, Joe, for noticing. Kevin, says save the money for the commodity. Yes, you can. CG says, ooh, blue shaped batteries, heart, or you do that. You know, oh, I'm an Instagram model. Kevin Kelly says second on the batteries. I guess technically, Kevin, you're third because CG seemed to get in there first. Adam Grumbo, commission omission. I love it, dude. I love it. Yes, that is how I operate. And if there's ever a change in that, I'll tell you guys, and I'll make sure to disclose 100% of that. But that's how I operate. It may just be the dumbest decision of my life because, I need to eat. It may be, but I feel like the world needs more trust. And, quite honestly, you might say, how do I trust you? Time. Time will tell you how much trust. I mean, and I believe integrity is something that is needing attention in this world. And I think, I honestly, and this is exactly the way I explained it to them, was I want people to hire me for my abilities and for me, not the deal I can get them. Because what is that? That's a convenience. That's Scott, I like you. Can I have a blue shape discount? You don't have to like me. You can have a blue shape discount. Oh, but you're not going to make $1. Okay. If I get thousands and thousands of these requests, I'm going to send you a form letter back. For now, it'll be probably personalized. But, if it takes up a lot of time, you'll probably send out a form letter. But I'm not going to take any money. Don't. So, let's go back to this. Commission to mission. I love it. Kyle says, what up? What up, Kyle? What up? CG says, can you type in your email? Yes, I can. I apologize for that. And it's not... It is not listed down below, is it? And there will be a website probably in a month or two with coupon code, and that I'll be able to disclose the coupon code and list it down below. For very specific reasons, I cannot publicly disclose the amount. And quite honestly, if any of you publicly disclose it, I'll block it. I'll delete it. I mean, it's a trust thing, because there are legal reasons. Star Crush Media says, hey, Scott, Ryan Putnam here. Hey, Ryan Putnam. How's the world up north? And you are up north from me. Is it cold? I bet it's cold there. Is it cold there? I bet it's cold. It's cold. It's cold, isn't it? Let's see. What else is going on? Hey, it's Bill from Conscious Creative Media. Hey, Bill, you are here. Hey, did y'all see Bill's slider review? That was pretty cool. I was impressed with what you get for $300 for that slider. It looked like a pretty interesting design. I noticed they completely borrowed technology from Kessler. Yep, as only they could do. That little bar in the middle, yep, that's called parallax, built by Kessler. But yeah, it does work, and I was pretty impressed with it. I did notice, and tell me if I'm wrong, when you were zooming it across, it is quite possible it could be YouTube, because you know how YouTube gets. I thought I saw a little bit of jitter going across. Is that the case? And I definitely did not like the starts and stops. Now, you could get a Kessler to start and stop that way too, so don't get me wrong. But yeah, I mean, almost good. In fact, I was just having a conversation with Emotimo, just chatting, because he had commented on my post that I made on Facebook about what people look for in motion control, and he was concerned that it sounded salesy. And I just said, dude, conversation. I'm all for it. I love Eric Kessler. I love his company. I love the people that work there. I support him. He's my friend. And that's why I truly enjoy. I don't get anything from them. Well, I mean, I got a thing to give away to you guys, which the guy won, and he did. I never got the video from him, but I mean, I'm assuming he loves it. I would. But I mean, I'm not paid by Kessler. I'm not paid by any of these people. But I support companies that I love, and that's why. But if you don't want to buy a Kessler, that's okay. I mean, Kessler will probably cry. Don't make Eric cry. Making Eric cry it's sad. But it's okay. If you don't have the budget for it, it's okay. I don't hold it against anybody, because in the end, we're just trying to create stuff. We're trying to do, and sometimes maybe somebody can do something that another one can't. It's okay. Buy what you need, Conscious Creative says, it was clean prior to post-processing. So I think it may have been the glitch in the, it looked like it was going like that, and YouTube with its compression gets real funky sometimes. I will be doing a part 2 on the time-lapse function. Ooh. Now, can you do shoot, move, shoot on that? That is something, time-lapse is tricky. Because what you need, because like with the Kessler, you can do it, and maybe you can with the newer, you can explain that. It does what's called shoot, move, shoot. So it will take a photo, then it will move, stop, settle, then take another photo, then move, and it triggers your camera, and it knows how long it takes, so you can figure out, okay, I've got this thing that's kind of wiggling a little bit as it moves because it's top heavy or what have you. Wait for it to settle. If you're taking a 20-second exposure, you program all that in so it moves, waits a little bit, takes that photo, and it does it at a set interval. So you can program all that in. It's kind of cool. Oh, there you go. It has it in the newer, so there's an option for you. And if newer's out there and they want me to review it, I'll happily review it. I don't give fake reviews. I don't give biased reviews saying, well, it's not a Kessler. It would be a review on newer. Newer or new? I think it's newer. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Star Crush Media says, I'm having a hard time renting an affordable Phantom 4K right now. I'm wanting to shoot 1080 at 2,000 frames a second. Any thoughts? There is no such thing as an affordable Phantom. There is one that'll do 2,000 at 1080 though. I'm trying to think of who that is. What happened? Oh, interesting. We're zoomed in, aren't we? I apologize. That apparently happened when I was typing because I foolishly set up numbers up here on my keyboard for quick access. And when I needed to type in my email address, I hit the shift and the 2 to get the ampersand, at sign. That triggered 2. Which zoomed me in. I apologize. I know y'all didn't want so much of me right there and then, but cool. I'm trying to think of who makes that one. Did you go out to, I know Dallas has several high-speed cameras for rent. Check them out, the rental houses there. And then also, Lens Pro to Go. They have a couple. Check them out. The thing about those is you need to not try to keep them for very long because they are very expensive per day. Chronos, yes, Chronos. That's the one that does 1080 and it does it up to like 3,000, I think. Yeah. And it's not expensive. That was the one. Wasn't Chronos the one that was crowdsourced? I thought it was. Kyle says, up close and personal there, Scott. Yes, indeed. You could almost smell my perfume. Yes, my cologne. Gerald says, got a great call today. We won bid to do architectural shoot for the wife of a certain high-profile sports individual that's moving to the D.C. area. Very pumped about it. Congratulations, Gerald. I share in your happiness because it's a community and as to quote from Silicon Valley, your pumptedness makes me pumped. Your pumptedness, I think that's Jared from Silicon Valley. One of the best characters ever written. Oh, there we go. Jerk. Bill says, I'm doing a review on a portfolio book that is paid review coming up though. Interesting. I have no problems with sponsorships. If anybody wants to sponsor this, I'll happily throw in sponsorships because I believe those are completely self-explanatory. You disclose that it's a sponsored video, and I will give you, whatever review that. Well, okay. Let me clarify that. I'm an honest reviewer, but if you say that part needs to be cut out, then that part needs to get cut out because you would be paying me to make a video for you. And that's perfectly fine. So anybody that wants to do that, yeah, cool. Bill says, awesome, Gerald. And then Bill also says, not Tom Brady, right? Gerald says, not Tommy Boy. That's good. And then Bill goes, LOL with an exclamation point. Yes, I know what that means. That means LOLOLOLOLOL. Oh, man, this is a good live stream. I'm loving it. Oh, look at that. Already getting emails. Nice. Yep. Oh, I know who that is. Star Crush says, thanks, man. You're welcome, Star Crush Media. And thanks, Adam, for remembering the name of Chronos, which is a cool name, by the way. Chronos is a cool, it'd be a cool name for a movie, a timepiece, a spaceship. I guess Kronos 1 was technically in Star Trek, but yeah, okay. Bill says, in my column, I used to do a bunch of reviews. I told them I would be honest, but give them the first look in case I worked out the product. Yeah, absolutely. That's typically the way I do it. If I do a review for a company, if they send me something to review, I will not give them final say. But what I would do is if there was a problem with it, like a severe problem, not a negative. There's negatives to everything. Like, these are cool and all, but what if they were clear? No, but I mean, there are negatives to everything, and I think that's important to point out negatives. There's negatives to everything, and in a review setting, I would not give them the ability to say yay or nay on that. However, I would say, hey, this is what I experienced, and if they say, oh, you're doing it wrong, here's how you do it, I'd absolutely resolve that and correct the review. On a sponsored, then they have final say. I mean, that's literally what they're paying for. And everybody on YouTube that does a sponsored video, the company that sponsors them has final say. So just understand that. But I personally give honesty. So, I mean, it might be interesting doing a sponsored, but we'll see. I would tell anybody the truth. Yeah. I mean, that's just the way I believe. It's the way I believe. I believe it can fly. I can sing like I'm high. Oh, wait, that's the wrong song. Let's see. I got that. Wow, I went through all my Post-it notes. Look, see. I wrote down all these Post-it notes. This one says, I don't want to make money off of you. I have all these Post-its. There's PayPal, Patreon, see? I don't need to write down Amazon or Super Chat because I remember based upon this. That's a very effective Post-it note. Giveaways. The Kessler sale. And remember, subscribe and like. Oh, and donate. It says donate. So remember to subscribe and donate. All right, let's see. Who's got questions? Oh, I so wanted to smoke a stogie today on this. And I've got the new set over there. I so want to do it. And that set's going to be really interesting coming up here in the future. You'll like it, I hope. You may not. You may think it's, sucks. And you know, I was watching Peter McKinnon today. He was actually on Chris Howe's video, and I thought it was an interesting point. He said it's interesting when designing a studio space. He says people always line the walls and they try to shoot into the walls. He wants to shoot into the studio, and it's an interesting point. And I definitely think that it makes it look better. However, my studio is always in a shambles because stuff is moving around like crazy. It's a lot. So I don't think it would look that good. And if I had to clean it up before every live stream, I might be late. And you know me, I'll skip a few frames, but I won't be late. Gerald says, Samson CO2 mics. Any thoughts, folks? I just got a pair for review. Nice. Never used the Samsons. Sounds like it'd be fun. I've got a bunch of mics to review too. I need to do that. Tim Doust, hey buddy. He says, can you do the live stream next time from somewhere not in the sauna? Yeah, that's literally what the other set's for. I would totally share. Well, I mean, I can. Curious, what are your thoughts on my current setup? Well, Bill, I don't like you cutting your head off. I've told you that before. I think your framing needs to be corrected. So stop cutting your head off. Studio-wise, would y'all like me to spin that camera around? I can get up and go around. I'll probably get shocked along the way because it's cold and dry. But I can walk all the way around and spin that camera for you if you want to see what I was talking about doing. And you'll see me in shorts. At least I have pants on this time for those of you. So if you want to see that, just put a comment down below. Just let me know. Yeah, Bill. I like your setup a lot, Bill. I think you need a little more, just a few more accent lights behind you. Just little spots here and there. And they don't have to be very more practical lamps. Unlike this, which is the sauna, which I'm probably going to take down because Tim made fun of me. So now I feel like I must. This is going to be an elevator. I even have an elevator panel. Maybe it'll be the elevator now, and I'll take the sauna. I don't know. I kind of need this to be more mobile because art stuff is coming too. All right, everybody said spin it. So I'm going to spin it. So I'm going to walk over here. My dog's like, are you leaving? No, I'm not. I'm going to turn down this heater because, man, I'm sweating to the oldies. Let's see what we get here. Whoa, just step on that. Oh, trip over. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. All right, let's see here. So I'm lined up good there. Okay. It's probably not going to be in focus. And it's probably, just bump the tripod. That is awesome. So, yeah, let's see, right? Like that. I mean, I'll go turn the lights on for you. I mean, there's house light. Oh, you know what though? Maybe you'd like it if I turned on these lights. Oh, this would be good. Because this is what you don't see. Let's turn that light on. Ooh, oh, I gotta fix that. Oh, this is my walk by there. Yep, okay, that's good. That's good. Oh yeah, this light. Gotta turn this light on. That was not it. This is it. Is that it? Yeah, there we go. And then we got to turn this light on. So we'll just keep doing this until I get something that I just love. This is a sneak peek on the next iteration of the, oh, yep, I got to move this. Because it's kind of blocking, isn't it? I don't know if I'm even in, let me turn these overhead lights off. Hey, look out. Here, this is blocking everything, isn't it? Let me just, oh gosh, that's heavy. Oh man. Hey, what's up, Scott Balcom here. And is this a crotch shot? I have no idea if that's what you can see there. Let me go back and see because this is more live and that's more, oh no, you can see everything, can't you? Yeah, no, that's, yeah. No, yeah, you can see. So there you go. That is, where's the, yeah, there's, oh, the color, oh, that's interesting. This color changed. Or this one did. This one's wrong. That's interesting. I must not have changed the color. Let's change this to the color. Nope, not that one. Oh, there it is. Nope. Ooh, pretty. But unfortunately, it's that one. There we go. So, yeah, what do you think? Nice, evenly lit. And this is really cool. I'm going to do, I'm using the aperture spotlight. 300D Mark II's way back there because of the spotlight. The spotlight is focused and you can see it right here. There's a, well, maybe you can. There's a 4x4 soft grid right here. I think it's a half grid. And you get the spotlight and you, boom, focus straight in without going past. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. I'm not even looking at chat. I'm all the way over here because yeah, you can see that. Yeah. So this is focused and you could trim off the edges. Otherwise light, because light is shooting directly at me, light would then spill over around here and yeah, it wouldn't look that good. But you know, what do I got going on here? I've got a little hive light, throwing a little color over here, quasar rainbow tubes, either side, 2 4-footers with the patented Scott Balcom $7 things. $7 barn doors, thank you. And then up here, I've got a Philips Hue light on a clamp light. I've got another one over here that I can do as well. You might have saw this. You might have seen this in my previous video that I did. My dog's on the floor. My motion control setup's over here. As you can see, it's a complete and total mess in here. A disaster, if you will. But I do like this look. And now I'll just turn it all around. And I'll come back over there and take your questions. And then you can see this is a neutral gray wall. Well, it's a little darker than neutral gray, but for government work, it will work just fine. Oh, we've got the Philips Hue up there. We need to turn that off. You can see how automated everything is as I walk around place to place doing everything. And, I'm not as winded anymore. I'm not fat, which is, well, I'm a little fat, but not totally fat. And, that is that. That is the Spun Studio. The Spun Studio. What'll be hilarious if I come back and find out my mic batteries died and y'all didn't hear a thing I said. All righty then, let's see. Spin it, do it. Got it. Bill says, I may have asked already, but what are you using for your key light in your videos? You did ask. He told you. Ring light, 45 to camera left. Filler is a white umbrella, about 3 times the distance. So what I'd do, Bill, is go ahead and put a nice little soft diffusion in front of that ring light. It'll soften the face just a little bit. Let's see here. Kevin Kelly says, number 1 rule of microphones, get the mic as close as you can to the source you want to record. That's correct. That's correct. And sometimes if you can't get good audio, it's time to zoom in. Rule number 2, eliminate all sounds you don't want to record. That is correct. Rule number 3, Kevin, don't forget to get room audio. Yeah, get room tone. Gerald says, question, how's the security system in your house? It's actually pretty damn good. Not to mention the fact, and it's kind of hilarious, my dog might eat anybody that tried to break in. Also, this is Texas. Without saying anything, if anybody knows how the country is in Texas, you don't go on somebody's property. Yeah, I'm just saying. Bill says, LOL, exclamation point again. I can give you an affiliate link to a cheap ring light that I have. No, you can't, Bill. No, you can't. You got to use Scott's affiliate link. My live stream, you buy from Scott. Let's see here. All right, who has questions about my setup that I didn't turn off the Hive light on? There's this giant glow. I'm just going to walk over here while y'all ask those questions. Type them in below. I want to hear your questions and talk in a normal cadence with my voice. And that only happens if you ask questions. So let's get those questions coming in. Boom, 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 boom. We're only 38 minutes into this live stream, and need some questions. Throw some questions out there. Let me just check the questions and answers over here. Boom, boom, boom. Somebody commented. Yeah, did y'all see that video I posted of someone else that posted on the red Komodo? It looks pretty amazing. I think we're, I don't know. I think we're kind of getting close. I know we're going to be seeing footage here in the next week. And I think somewhere around that time, there's going to be some purchases opens up. Gerald says, those Philips bulbs, any issue with flicker? Hells to the yes. They will flicker like you wouldn't believe, but there's 2 things you can do to keep that from happening. Number 1, don't try to dim them more than about 20% down from the top. So 80 to 100% max. That helps, number 1. Number 2, the redder the color, or the oranger the color, I think it is, the less you want to dim them as well. Number 3, if you do get dim, if you do get flicker and you want to dim, set your shutter speed to 1/60th on your camera, because they are set to 60 cycle. So that's why they flicker. They flicker really badly because inside they're using what's called a half-wave LED. And a half-wave LED, basically you have a full cycle on a AC line. It only uses the tops. So you get half, and then you get nothing. Then you get half. And in that gap, that is your flicker. That's called a half-wave LED. Philips, they charge you a fortune, and they provide you with the cheapest possible LEDs on the planet. A full-wave LED uses the entire wave, and you get no flicker. Did Mom get his Komodo before you? I don't know. I'm a good boy. If I had one and was told not to post photos of it, I would not post photos of it. Hint, hint, I don't have one. Tim said, "Who let the dogs out?" Oh, that was probably not cue for the, oh, but it was a question. And thank you, Tim, for your question. No one has a question. Just Gerald on my Philips Hue. Also, the Philips Hue lights are not very bright at all. Really not bright. When the aperture lights come out, the light bulb lights, I will switch to those. But yeah. Let's see here. Who's got more questions? Who's got more questions? Wow. Okay. Let's see. I want candy. That's actually one of the things I miss. My wife's been making these really cool keto, they're called fat bombs. But it's basically like peanut butter, chocolate, cream cheese, and maybe that's it. But you kind of mix them all together, and you coat the outside with like non-sugar added chocolate chips. And I mean, they make a little tiny egg, not like a medium or grade A large, just kind of a small egg. They're really, really good. And they actually will do wonders for snacking. Tim Dow says 8K DSLR. Now, Tim, I have been totally flogged online for saying DSLR. It is a mirrorless camera. Back when I did my first review of, what was it, a camera, and I said it was a small DSLR. I know it's a mirrorless camera. I was just calling it DSLR because that was the form factor that they were in, but I got publicly humiliated, shamed even. DSLR shaming. So 8K, no, I don't think so. I don't think yet. And I was talking about this earlier. Canon's got these rumors. Everybody is like, oh my God, there's a new Canon R5. It's going to shoot 8K. I don't believe it will. I don't believe it's going to shoot 8K video. I believe it'll shoot 8K time-lapse, which will make a video. I believe eventually Canon will have 8K video on theirs, but I do not believe it will be this year. I do not believe the RS or R5 or whatever it's called, I don't believe it's going to have 8K. I can be completely wrong, and quite honestly, I hope I am. Because if I'm wrong, that means we all get 8K video on a mirrorless. Hello. Good stream. Keep them coming, says Kyle. Bye. Bye. Gerald says, are you using the Elgato thingy for editing at all? You mean like recording and then using that for any of my videos? No, not at all. The Elgatos are good for 2K. They're okay for 4K, but I don't think they're horribly efficient. And I just don't think I record there always. Also saves unnecessary room noise. Tim Dow says, ha 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 ha. True. I had to throw in the extra A in there, or 3 A's. Yep. Gerald says, not a chance. you know what that camera will shoot 8K video. Not a chance in you know what that camera will. Not a chance. I don't know what that means, Gerald. You speak like I write. Gerald says, the Stream Deck. I see lots of guys using buttons like for macros and what. Oh, no. No, I don't think it's fast for that. So the only thing that I use this for is live streams. For editing, my keyboard is a Corsair, what is it, the 95, I think it is. But it has 21 keys on the left side. I guess gamers really love that. They're called G1 through 21, I'm pretty sure. I programmed those to do macros in the Corsair software IQ, I think it's called. And so I'll use that occasionally. I don't like how shortcuts and everything are saved in project files, so I end up forgetting the shortcuts, and yeah, I never get to use them. But I usually use them for changing colors. For instance, when I was editing a music video, I use them to change the colors of the clips so that I know what type it is, B-roll, A-roll, performance, live, that kind of stuff. And I can just hit that button and it'll change the color, the label, if you will, on Premiere. I don't think this is that fast. The only reason I like that one is because it's on the left. But honestly, most of the time, I wish it wasn't there because it just makes my keyboard bigger. Come on, who's got some questions? I'm ready to throw some answers. I'm going to pause that because I feel like I don't actually know how many are on my stream. It's yeah. I spun that whole thing around, and one question is all I got. One question? Come on. I don't even feel like it was worth it. I mean, I exerted calories. Oh, wait, no, that probably worked for me. I spun that camera around over 90 degrees, and I stood there in my shorty shorts, right there, my comfy shorts, my lounge around shorts, and my house shoes. You saw my house shoes. Like, wow, I'm not limber. These, you saw my house shoes. And my remote control lights, and no questions. So hurtful. So hurtful. Gerald says, what are you using for monitor color calibration? I use the what's the one that comes? I use one of them. See if I can find. Let me just put a link to the one that I would recommend because it's much, much faster. Just hang tight. Let me scroll through my wish. Is y'all's wish list on Amazon like so long you kind of feel like you laugh every time you see it? That's kind of the way mine is. Come on. Where is it? Whoa, where'd it go? Did I delete it? There it is. There we go. So let me just add this link. This is the one. Make sure. Yeah, this is the one I'd recommend. Copy. Watch it'll go, oh, you can't do that. There you go. That is an X-Rite control. It's apparently a lot faster. And several of my friends use that one. And all you really need, and then I use, what's the free software? There's a free color free monitor calibration software. It is called DisplayCal. DisplayCal is free, and it works really well, and use that. So you buy that thing, and I use Datacolor. Datacolor Spider Checker is the one that I have, but it's really slow. So it takes like 30 minutes or so to calibrate a monitor, whereas that one reads so much faster. And then you can use the DisplayCal. Let's see here. Gerald says, I'm sure I need one, but I hate the cost of those things for such limited use. Yeah. And I am going to do a video on it. I already promised it. In fact, I need to write it down because I did not put it on my master list. Video, color, calibration. There we go. So, because the thing that's important, and I mentioned this before, but I did not know it until recently. And I'm honest. Make sure you get your white point adjusted on your monitor first. Calibrate that. Get it tuned in perfect. Then get your color calibration going. Yeah, makes a huge difference. Tim Doss says, my list on Amazon is longer than my Facebook feed. They both have that continuous scrolling. I actually have like 7 different Amazon wish lists. I don't know that I'm proud of that. I probably am, but I don't know that I am. I never really look at the. Some of them are really, really old. Like one of them is like, it says video, and it's like 5 or 6 years old, and it's stuff that I put in there like 6 years ago for video, the things that I thought that I wanted or needed for video. And I go back in there and look at it now, and I'm like, no, you don't want that. No. Gerald says, my Amazon list got so long, I actually broke it down into different lists for categories. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a fast tip there for all you Amazon professionals. Tim says, what is more sad? That our lists are so long or that we don't have the money to buy. This is true. You know, and that's the good thing, because fortunately, Amazon doesn't have like the totals. B&H has the totals on theirs. So I once, when they added that years ago, I've got lists out there for B&H from like 15, 20 years ago. Maybe 15. No, 20. Yeah, 20 years ago when I was in photography. And I looked at that list, and it gives a, got a little something in my eyeball. It gives a grand total. It was like $97,000 of stuff I wanted for photography. Well, I did, in fairness, I did want motorized curtains for backdrops and pull that stuff. Yeah. Now, I have a funny thing now, and I don't know what it is. It's got to be Firefox. On my Amazon wish list, I'll scroll down and get to a product, and I click on the product, and it goes back to the top. It's like it's a pointer to the top. And I don't know what causes that. And I have to scroll down, and I have to find like a certain spot to click that it won't do that on. And then I finally get the item. Sometimes I actually literally have to go type it in because ooh, nice. Let's see here. So what's some more questions? I mean, we're only 54 minutes into this. I want to answer some questions or have conversations. I mean, let's talk amongst yourselves and just talk, type out your conversations down there, and let's have a dialogue. Speaking of dialogue, you know what's bad? My lunch from a week and a half ago is still sitting out here. That's going to become an art project here really soon. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. It happens to be in one spot of my studio that I don't use that often. Was it worth it that I turned my camera around? Answer me that. Tell me if that's the case. Why are we as humans seek validation? And I think that's one of the positives and negatives about my live stream and my technique on live stream. I think the positive is that I have far more of a conversation with you folks, if not my eyeball. I don't have an agenda. I don't have today we're going into the many facets of the blue shape granite mini battery in V-mount form. They're blue and red and granite. I don't have that kind of stuff. But the negative of that is if I had that, then it wouldn't require so much validation from you guys in the chat that somebody for the love talk, that kind of thing, to give me something to talk about, because I really kind of do this to kind of hang out. It's kind of like, I used to have this guys' night out thing where I'd go with a group of, it was guys and girls, it didn't really matter. But we would go to a steakhouse with a cigar bar and drink and smoke cigars and eat steak and get fat. And it was an amazing night. We did it once a month. And this is the kind of social feeling I get here. And I so want to smoke a cigar on here. Steve says, I just bought a GH5. Well, congratulations. It's a great camera. I'm struggling coloring vlog. Any tips? Yes. Number one, make sure you know how to expose vlog light on Panasonic. The first thing you need to do is pull up your, I've already lost it, but why? God, getting old sucks. Your meter, your full, Tim, type what that is down the bottom of the full meter. Get your full meter and look at your IRE settings on there. You never, ever allow your image to go above 82 IRE. Anything above 82 IRE on the thing, it will clip hard and it will look horrible. Secondly, never go below 20. Waveform, thank you. Waveform, yes. Or parade. I think it's a parade or waveform. On the GH5, get in there and turn that on your display. Histogram. Histogram, yeah, that is the actual one. Yes, the histogram. Turn that on and look at it. Above 20, below 82. Anything below 20 will be noise. Then make sure your skin is somewhere between 45 and 50 IRE. That will give you your best start at coloring. The moment you do that, also make sure your white balance is premium. The moment you do that, your coloring will change. Literally, you just throw contrast on it, so put you a nice little curve on it, and then saturation, and your image will look good. If you clip, go too high or too low, it muddies the waters in such a way. If you go back and look at some of my first GH5, you'll see it kind of has a faded blue jean kind of color to it. It's the way I would describe everything. It doesn't look right. And then once I got good at it, once I figured it out, and it took me a while, and that's the trick. 20 to 82, never above or below, unless you just want it to go away. All right, Jason H., what up there, brother? How are you over there in the UK? Kevin says, any word on Komodo pricing, any narrower range besides 5K to 8K? So it is under 5K if you have, well, if you're an original hydrogen owner. Above that, we don't know, but we're assuming that it's going to be somewhere in the $5,500 to $6,000 range. I would not count on it being more. Jason H. says, looking good there, Mr. Balcom. Well, thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Tim Dowse, yeah, giving me yep. Jason says, sad face. Don't be sad, Jason. We got to catch up. It's been like a year since I've talked to you. Missed you, babe. Um, Steve, any other questions on the GH5 on that? And welcome to the live stream. Make sure you're a subscriber if you're not. Kevin Kelly says, cool. Yeah, it's not going to be that expensive at all. In fact, it is. I think it's going to be remarkably cheap. It's not going to be under $5,000, but unless you have a hydrogen. But all those people that are like, yeah, but you got to buy all these accessories. You don't. That's the beauty. You don't. It's great. It's going to be cool. He's fighting organized crime, human trafficking ring. It's been epic. Yeah, there's a lot of that, unfortunately. Is that in your professional capacity, what you do in your daytime job there, buddy? Pretty interesting. We should script a movie on it. Yeah, we did. We talked about that. We talked about it. Right now, I am. I'm on a kick for 80s and 90s movies. I am going to write like a high school movie, and I'm going to set the time period as 80s or 90s, which is going to be tough. It's going to be really, really tough because everybody's going to go, we can't shoot that. We can't put cars in it from the 80s and 90s because Cash for Clunkers destroyed every 80s and 90s car out there. It's true. It is true. Cash for Clunkers did the worst thing to the used car industry ever because every car became $4,000 and it all got destroyed, which means there are no old cars to restore. There won't be any like 1980s Cutlass Supremes. Nice, I like it. Donnie Darko. I like movies like Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Gerald, you had commented on that, and you had said they felt your term was rapey, but I don't think so. I'm going to preface this with this is not exactly how I think the world is, but I mean, when you're a guy and you're youthful, you really are thinking only one thing, and that is what's built into our hormones. And girls generically are thinking the exact opposite, which is, how do I stop that? That is literally people's high school, it's how they operated in high school. Now, many of us were nowhere near successful, and by successful, I just mean that anything that we wanted happened. And I think that high school is about controlling hormones and interacting in a huge social environment. And it just brings a lot of, I think it brings a lot of contrast in life. And I really do feel like the American Pie movies, the Fast Times at Ridgemont High, all those Breakfast Clubs, all of those types of movies where they focused on a story rather than some type of, overcoming, like today, every movie to me, and this is not a soapbox, I just feel like this is missing. Every movie today feels like they go out and they're like, we need to take some type of somebody's feeling negative about something, and we need to champion that. And so the entire movie needs to be about that. And that's fine. I understand the purpose of that. And it makes great for documentaries. But that's not necessarily a movie that everybody will enjoy. Because what if somebody is opposite of that? Or what if somebody doesn't agree? What if somebody isn't participating in, or not participating, but somebody doesn't have that problem or that inequality? They're not going to relate to it. And if they don't relate to it, it's hard for them to clamp on and enjoy the movie. So I like, and I was just talking to my wife about this, like the American Pie movies. I think the American Pie movies are pretty good, actually. They're a lot of fun. What's interesting is that the American Pie movies we're not only talking about the actual American Pie, not those remake straight-to-video ones. The American Pie movies focused on story. The story, the coming of age, the conflicts that they face. If you notice, there's almost no phones in those movies. Now, I get it. Yes, it took place back in the 90s. But let's talk about American Reunion. American Reunion was like 4 years ago. They're not on their phones. They're actually out having a good time. Because that is literally what happened. When you're in school, you aren't walking around like this when you're in high school. Even today, kids aren't doing this walking around. There's a few that are, but they're really not. So I think the story is what needs to come back. There's so many good movies like the Brat Pack era, the Breakfast Club, and I've talked about this many times. All those focus on stories and the problems of growing up. And it's not white or black or anything like that. It's kind of it's the stereotypes are more of emotion, not who you are. So yeah, there are nerds, there are jocks, but a nerd and a jock could be any race. It could be any sexual orientation. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be something. So focus on the story of the stereotype of the class, or class is probably the wrong term nowadays because it's been taken derogatory. And then fill it in however you need to with diversity, whatever you need, because the story will still come out. I thought, what was that movie? What was that movie? It was like out 2 years ago. As about the boy who was gay, but nobody knew he was gay. They all thought he had the hots for this girl, but he actually had the hots for this guy, and it was a kind of a secret for him. And somebody found out, I forget the name of that movie, whatever that movie was. I didn't think I was going to like that movie. I just felt like maybe that movie wasn't going to be that good. But I ended up loving it. I thought it was really well done. And the truth is that even that movie didn't surround completely on phones. They were on their phones, but it was the social aspect of everything, that the story, and it was kind of a coming of age, and it was ultimately a love story, but it was a good story. It didn't matter what the subject was. It was the story that mattered, whatever that was. It was really good. Let's see here. Let's go through the questions. It was an 80s to 90s style teenage school movie, yes. Kevin Kelly says, a new camera for me is either a Komodo or an EVA-1. I like the EVA-1. I am a little worried that the EVA-1 is about to be replaced. So I don't know that I would buy one unless you got really cheap. It's a good camera, though. Really good camera. Breakfast Club was overrated. I kind of agree, but there's a good story in there. And it's honestly, it was, what was it? The A-Teens, the ABBA teens back in the 90s. They remade The Breakfast Club as a music video for one of their musics. And the whole story of Breakfast Club actually fit better in a single music video in 3 minutes or less, rather than the whole thing. Steve says, I am a recent subscriber. Thanks for your input. I don't know any people in the business, so any input is much appreciated. Absolutely. Anytime, ask questions. That's interaction. And thank you for subscribing. Somebody retracted a message. Don't know what they said. Jason H says, you should watch the new Karate Kids. I did watch the first season. I haven't watched the second one yet. It's essentially based on what you're saying, but present there. So there are phones. Yeah, and I did actually enjoy the first season, and I can't spoil it. It was opposite of what I thought. I thought good for them. But it was actually a good story. I really liked it. What was that? Somebody tell me that movie I have to look this up. That one movie. I'm just going to look this up. I don't know how to search this. But I'm sure it will play fun with my... well, none of those are the movie. That's interesting. Oh, there it is. Love, Simon. That movie. So if you like a good high school movie, then it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. And, kudos for my internet working today. Yay. Yay. So that was a slurp. So I'm going to be working on writing that script out. I've got some ideas on that. And I think it'll be cool. Jason says, I want to see a modern remake of Fallen Down. Boy, that would be a blast. It would. Kind of. I don't know if you saw the movie Joker, but that's kind of a remake of it. If you truly grasp the concept of Fallen Down, that's about it. But I agree that movie is hard to watch, but it's got some interesting points to it. Do. And let's see here. Who's got some questions? The Wizards of Waverly Place? No, I don't know at all, but I would almost bet it was probably just a standard studio camera. I'm almost certain it would just be a news studio camera. I'm sure that was shot, if that's a serious question, I'm sure it was shot as just a typical, series. I don't like Marvel DC nonsense. Yeah, I'm okay with some of it, but not all of it. But Joker really was falling down. Kevin Kelly, I would not be surprised if the EVA-1 is replaced in the next 6 months. 6 months would be right about the time, I would think. Sitting here. Let's see. I can't stand how comic movies are literally all Hollywood dares to produce now. Yeah, they are. They are. A high school space opera. Star Wars in space. That would be kind of funny. What would life be like on a space station with a population like one of those giant tubes, sky tubes that circle around itself? I love those, by the way. What would life be like on that? Because I happen to believe that pheromones play a lot into to like people's behaviors. That I don't believe in that spray, but I think on a space station you'd have so many pheromones. Like the running joke, I don't think it's that much of a joke actually, but when women who menstruate stay together for a long period of time, they tend to cycle together because of the pheromones. Wouldn't that be interesting on a space station? And wouldn't every guy on the space station like all smell like subconsciously? I mean, it'd be weird. It'd be weird. Joker was not as good as Falling Down, but I definitely see the comparison. Yeah, it was a different movie. Talking about peer pressure, I have to tell someone I am live streaming because they keep texting me. Talking about peer pressure and bullying when there's nowhere to escape. Yeah. And it's it's funny. I was bullied a lot in school. I mean a lot. I was very nerdy. I weighed nothing. I weighed $160 in high school. And there are definitely parts of the bullying that absolutely should not go away. However, I will say that there are other parts of the bullying that made me more of who I am today than many people would know. So I don't know. Do I think bullying is right? No, I don't. Do I think teasing is okay? Kind of. It's to a point. I mean, it can get out of control fast. The belief that you can't ever offend anybody I think is silly, because of course you can. That is literally what having an opinion is like. No one agrees with everyone, and everyone doesn't agree with no one. Yeah. Jason H. Joker just dealt with a crazy person, and don't be giving out crazy person and making the person with a serious mental problem seem relatable. But the Michael Douglas falling down was legit something that could happen to anybody. Falling down was basically a 1980s and 90s postal carrier, but they took that away. Yeah, it's cracking under pressure, but I mean that literally is a symptom of some type of mental problem. I mean, cracking like that and not being able to back away from it is something. Do. And boom. Who's got questions? Who's got questions? I mean, I'll end this video. I will stop this train right now. I will pull this train over. I'm getting kind of low here. Steve says, for corporate small business promotional videos, what record format would you record on the GH5? How's your computer? I like shooting the GH5 in 10-bit, 150 megabit, 4K. I also like shooting it in DCI. It gives you a little bit of room to go side to side if you're not quite centered and you find out later that, oh my God, I wish I was. Yeah, I do prefer the 10-bit, but it also depends on where it's going. I mean, if it's going on YouTube, I mean, sometimes it doesn't matter, but then again, the more you start with, the easier it is to work with. So, I mean, 10-bit is great because you have more color information to push the grade a little more. But, I mean, most of the stuff I shot with it, I shot in 8-bit, unless it was for a commercial. How do we make a movie like Fallen Down where you take out the people that bullied you the 80s and 90s at school? Let's meet in the middle, right? Well, I mean, isn't that literally what a high school movie is? Someone gets bullied to the point where they fight back and become the hero. I mean, that's literally the slow clap moment. That's how that formed. When the bully who was bullied rises up from all the bullying and overcomes it. I mean, it happened to me. In 4th grade, I was picked on like you wouldn't believe. I mean, it was really bad. I moved to a new place. I was getting bullied by a bully, and I was a nerd, and I was quiet, and I was not like me today. I mean, I was funny. At least I think I was. But then one day, I snapped, and I beat the poo out of that kid. And then we became friends. It was kind of weird. Almost like a movie. I mean, I snapped that day. I mean, the level, I mean, in Tennessee, when it's cold outside, they would thump you on your ear when it's, like -2 degrees, and your ear feels like it's just about to burst into flames. That kind of stuff, I mean, it builds up, and then you kind of snap and go crazy. And, yeah. You can have your teen movie with a sprinkle of psychological thriller, but you fight back. No, I don't want it. No, I want just the teen movie. And I wouldn't mind having a young adult movie that way, because that stuff is still, I mean, when you're 20, 21, 25, you're still figuring it out. The young parents kind of movies are kind of that way. I kind of like that. All right, I'm gonna put the 11 minutes on the clock here. Ding. If I don't get a bunch of questions, yeah, at 5:30 my time, or 10 minutes now, we're gonna close out the live stream. But it's okay. No, it's no pressure. I just it feels like the live stream's kind of winding down, and I got stuff to do too. I mean, you're important, but I mean, I don't just want to live stream to the live stream, although I kind of do. Basically, I missed you. Oh, that's so sweet, Jason. And I so want to do a cigar on here. I really want to. I need to talk to some more YouTubers. Because, yeah, I'm really interested in if they're getting demonetized for that, because I know one is. But there's some others. I don't know. I just want to be me. I don't want somebody telling me what I can and can't do. One of the most hospitable YouTubers I know. Well, thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. That is very kind of you to say. Very, very, very kind of you to say. X-Men, woo, or Bat, woo. Yeah, so. And my viewers are just dropping. Everybody had to go. I get it. I hope it's steak night. Wait, did you get censored? No, but I got demonetized for my cigars, and that the whole I got a video demonetized for having cigars in it. And I know several channels that do cigars and stuff, and they got demonetized completely. So yeah. Everyone is saving their energy for SB Sunday. What is SB Sunday? What is SB Sunday? Oh, for sure, Jason. There's no question. No, you're right. It is absolutely a form of censorship. I mean, the other thing funny is that they're not only censoring them that way, they're saying, since we can't make money off you and so many people watch your stuff, you're not making us money, and so we will end your channel. And several have had that happen to them, where their channel has to go away because they're costing YouTube money. To me, I think YouTube should just say, hey, here is 18 and up people. Tide, if you want to do a commercial for them, do it. I think it should be. What is SB Sunday? Super Bowl Sunday. Oh, good point. Good point. I mean, I actually figured it out, and then you just typed it. I literally did figure it out. When is Super Bowl? That is this weekend, isn't it? Is it Sunday? Well, okay. I guess that makes sense. I'm smoking a cigar. That's for show. That's for show. See, Jason, that's literally what I thought. I was like, I haven't done anything on Sunday. I don't understand what that is hilarious. That is hilarious. I was like, maybe I could just live stream on Sunday. On a Sunday afternoon. I almost. Hey, one thing, if you haven't tried it yet, peanut butter whiskey. Go try it. It's kind of, if you like, it's literally exactly what you think would happen if you put peanut butter in whiskey. It's actually really good. So if you're into whiskeys, try the peanut butter whiskey. And my wife loves it, which is hilarious because she does not like whiskey. All right. I'm going to wrap this one up. So as always, thank you everyone for joining. And remember to subscribe and like. If you don't like it, thumbs down it. It's all good. Remember to support me any way you can. Patreon, Amazon, PayPal, Super Chat. Any kind of support goes a long way. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below. As always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions. Bye, Jason. Glad I got to see you again, buddy. And I just wait for 20 seconds. If I put that end screen on the end. Although really, I'm not sure anybody actually watches the end screen. All right, bye.